Good morning and welcome to Chapter 12. Chapter 12 is on posting to general and subsidiary ledgers. I am just going to go through the PowerPoint with my narration to explain each slide. So Chapter 12, we've done posting before, so this is nothing new to you. There are 5 steps to posting. At the top here you see the journal page 21. You see the transaction. This is an expanded journal, but they're only showing you the columns you need. The first item that gets posted is the general debit of $34 to office supplies. So you see step 1, the date, step 2, the page number that the information came from, the debit amount, calculate a new balance, and the 5th step is to go back to the journal and put the account number in the journal, in the post reference column. 5 steps to posting. Now, when you get to, so you post everything that's in the general debit and general credit columns. Beyond that, you don't do any other posting except when you get to the bottom of a page or the bottom of the month. In this case, it was the bottom of the month. We got to the 30th. We totaled up all the columns. And we post each individual column. So here we posted the cash debit column, and now we're posting the cash credit column. So you go to the cash account, put the 30th, page number where the information came from. This is a credit amount. This account has a normal debit balance, so we would subtract to get the new balance. And then the account number for cash, 1110, goes in parentheses under the column total. To know when a journal is fully posted, all the post reference column would be full, and the general debit columns would have check marks under them, letting you know that each of them was posted individually, and each of the other columns would have an account number under them, letting you know what account you had posted them to. Now, the rest of Chapter 12 was on how to handle new accounts or any accounts in the general ledger and to talk about subsidiary ledgers. So here you're seeing when we ran out of room in a general ledger. And the general ledger accounts that fill up quickly are things like supplies, miscellaneous expense, cash. So you start a new page if you run out. And we don't ever run out because we work electronically, so we just add more more rows. Not columns, sorry. But this is how you would if you were in a paper copy. You put the date, the balance, and you just record your balance. So you have, your running balance that you can keep. All right, so then there's what are called subsidiary ledgers. And these ledgers are our customers and our vendors. So you post to accounts payable, so we can look and we know that we owe our vendors, I don't know what that says, $19,000. But then we also would have subsidiary accounts for each of our vendors, so we can go straight to Crown Limited and know how much money specifically we owe them. So we don't want to just keep it all in one ledger. We have to break it down so we know each individual account. Those are called subsidiary ledgers. They are like sub-accounts, right? Okay, next, how to open an accounts payable ledger. To open an account, you put the name and the number on it. These numbers you see don't go with our normal chart of accounts. These are specific, these are numbered with a 2. We start at 210, and we could go skip every 10, or maybe your business is larger. You'd want to do skip every 5 or something, but we do that so that we can fit them in alphabetically. Our customer accounts would be 100s because they're assets to our business, and assets start with a 1. So here's an example of how to post to accounts payable ledger. You see Crown Limited, we purchase merchandise on account. That accounts payable credit would get posted at the bottom when we have a total because it's a special column. But the individual thing you need to post here is this, the customer. So when you're going down through a journal to post, you would stop here and post to the subsidiary ledger. You don't post these until you get to the column totals. Here's another one. You can see Pacific Imports, account number 260, so you'd put the date, the page number, the debit amount, calculate a new balance, and go back and put 260 in the post reference column. You're not actually posting the cash credit or the debit to accounts payable until you get to the bottom, but here you're just posting to the subsidiary account. And here's starting a new page out of a vendor. Put the vendor's name, the number, all the information. This is if you run out of space in a ledger. Again, that doesn't happen to us because we're electronic. So if you look at all these subsidiary ledgers, they're all filled in, they're all posted, they're complete. And there's a full controlling account for all these customers. You see that, like I said, they're all 100 numbers, alphabetical order, hopefully. And then you have your accounts receivable. And that's the same as accounts payable. To open one, put the name and the number. To post to it, you post as you're going down through the journal. You stop and post to the subsidiary ledgers. And you do the 5 steps: date, page number, debit or credit, calculate the new balance, and then go back and put the customer's number in the post reference column. Here are some accounts receivable ledgers that are complete. And then they do the schedule of accounts payable. It just lists each of your vendors and the total amount you owe them. Schedule of accounts receivable is a list of all the customers and how much they owe you. We haven't done any of those as exercises because they're just self-explanatory. So that's it for chapter 12, guys. It's a really short chapter. Tomorrow we're going to do the mastery problem. We're not going to do any of the application problems. The only assignment this chapter is the mastery problem, and then Friday will be the test. So light virtual week. Hopefully we'll be back in person on next Monday and we can resume, and we'll be picking up with payroll on next Monday. But first we got to get through a couple more things in chapter 12.